Hello everyone, in this video I wanted to go over the recent issue that happened at UC Berkeley. It was an incident, a violent one, and we really got to talk about this because nowadays we have all these kind of violent incidents, right, that are happening to people on the right. Nobody's protecting themselves. Nobody has the courage to stand up for themselves, and if they do, then there's some sort of penalty for doing that. Like we've seen people go to court and lose their jobs for just simply defending themselves. A conservative recruiter for Turning Point USA was violently attacked for holding a sign. They were holding a sign on campus so that they could just simply get people involved with their movement, how everybody else is, because we have free speech in our country. So you have two men. They go up to the man that they disagree with because of their opposite opinions. They have to strike out. They have to be violent and deal with that. Because if you disagree with someone, then does that give you the right to just punch them, to act violent, to confront them, like Maxine Waters said, to confront them while they're eating in a restaurant, when they're with their family or maybe their significant other on a romantic date? It's ridiculous. The activist immediately held up his cell phone to show that he was being tormented by the harassers. You can't just go up to somebody and do whatever you want. Therefore, he's making evidence when he was filming. It's probably the smartest thing that you could do in that situation. I saw a lot of comments of people, even on the right, saying, why didn't he attack back and try to self-defend? I kind of questioned the same thing at first. I'm like, wow, why wouldn't you try to attack back? But he was on the job. When you're on the job, are you really going to actually try to risk your job? No, you're not going to do that. It's not like these kids are all doing this for free. I'm sure some of the positions, yes, but this is an actual job where you're going around, you're really working on the clock. You're not just going to have somebody act out like that and all of a sudden lose your job. It really depends on your financial situation. Next, the police said one of the men knocked over the table and started punching the victim over and over again. The most disturbing thing that I found about this whole entire story was the fact that there's a lot of people on campus. They're all around. Instead, they're filming the thing, what's going on. They're trying to get it on their phone, trying to share that to their friends and save that for later to tell a story. But instead, nobody tried to step in and defend this guy. Just because what? Because maybe they're liberal too? Or they're too scared of what other people were thinking? That's wrong. That's what generations are doing right now. They're growing up to be very wicked, very rude, not caring about other people, very selfish and manipulative. Just because you don't agree with someone doesn't mean that gives you the right to punch them in the face. That's called assault, not being progressive or being a hero.
Jesus Christ. What? Oh, shit.
In this video, you can clearly see two men acting irrational, full of anger over a simple hat. Like, what is going on? You should be focused on your classes, or you should be focused on what you're going to do later on in the day. Maybe if you're going to hang out with your friends, work out, your homework, whatever, just focus on your own life. Don't be focusing on what other people are doing around you. That would be kind of equivalent to if somebody was just trying to preach something to you on the street. Instead, you just punch them in the face instead of saying, no, I'm not interested. Like somebody rings your doorbell and you're like, no, I don't agree with you. And then you just like punch them. Why would you do that? You wouldn't do that. You would just shut the door. You would stop talking to them. You would walk away in the real world. But instead, you have like these issues on campus where college students, they don't understand what the real world is. They think the real world is how BuzzFeed and CNN, how all these liberal media sites design it. Because they're always on their phone. They're always on these different apps and social media. That's what they truly believe. It's like a whole entire different world to them than how people really can see. It's really, really sad. I blame the left for inciting violence in our country. I really feel like that's why this is happening. And you can make the argument that the right is also inciting violence. And I agree too. I really think that there are people on the right that are inciting violence in different kinds of ways. You saw what happened with that Marine the other day in that story. We can't hide from that. Then there's another story with the whole Charlottesville incident. You can go to the past and you can't just blame the people on the left. But I think there's more of a focus with the people on the left because of all the attacks with people just simply wearing a MAGA hat. Right now, if I went downtown in my city in Portland, Oregon, and I wore a MAGA hat, I actually tried to get away with that, I would have Antifa out of the bushes in a minute. They'd be coming out of different alleyways and stuff like that. They would just know that I was wearing this hat, and I would be targeted. Just because all the lies and all the smears, all the propaganda that the mainstream media has made. Originally, I saw this on Twitter where I saw the founder of Turning Point USA, Charlie Kirk. Immediately, it was right after the incident actually happened, and he was really worked up. If you normally are following Charlie Kirk, or if you don't really know him, he's kind of dead on. He's usually spitting out facts constantly, 24/7, about all kinds of issues that's going on in America. He isn't normally emotionally involved when he's tweeting. When I saw this, I was like, what is going on? What is really happening? Whoa, this has got to be big. And I went over to look at his tweets. What do you know? Boom. He tweeted out, leftist violence on campus. While recruiting for a Turning Point USA group at UC Berkeley, a leftist thug comes and assaults our activists, punching him in the face and hitting him repeatedly. Imagine if the attacker was wearing MAGA hat. Would be national news. This is the violent left. He goes on and tweeted again that attacks against Trump supporters are on the rise. Students on campus cannot peacefully wear MAGA hats without fear of being attacked. The left has become increasingly violent and desperate, as some even plan fake hoaxes to make us look bad. And where's the media? This is where we are today, where it's almost tolerated for people to act out with emotions and violence to get their way. It's justified by people on the left, and it shouldn't be by some people on the right. Maybe it has been in the past, whatever. I don't want to get into it. But the fact of the matter is, right is right, wrong is wrong. You have to think logical. You have to look at this in a bigger perspective of who you are as a person. Do you want to look back in the next 20 years and remember getting so frustrated over a stupid hat? Really, it does have meaning. But then again, it's just a stupid hat, like any other hat. This is a stupid microphone. Really, everything could be called stupid. It just doesn't matter. You have to take that out of the equation and just realize that none of this stuff does matter that you're getting worked up about. One way or the other, someone's going to be voted in. I mean, we have Republican Party with the Democrat Party. Why are people getting so frustrated over people wearing a hat that supports our president? The most important thing that I think people can take from this, from the left, the right, whether you're a centrist, libertarian, independent party, whatever you are, okay, whatever party, whatever you believe in, just know that you don't have to result in violence in a situation. If you disagree with someone, maybe you should talk to them about it, because there's always a way to resolve that in civil discourse. If you don't see that, then you're arrogant and you're brainwashed by the media. If you want to punch every single person that you disagree with, go ahead, because I don't think you're going to go anywhere in life doing that. How many people in your life can you possibly disagree with, and you're actually going to try to get away with that? No, that's not going to work out. It'll never work out like that. You have to use your words in life. As a follow-up on the story of what happened after the victim was punched, UC Berkeley, the police that were on campus, they said they're looking for the suspect right now. So they are searching for him. They have a very deep description online where a lot of people are looking for this guy right now. I think it's totally fair that he's wanted right now. The police should totally go after him. He should be jailed, charged with assault, and have to deal with the consequences for his actions. Everybody should. Every single time that you want to act out like this and think that you could get away with things just because somebody is a Trump supporter, yeah, you're gonna have to deal with consequences. The law, it's a real thing in America. Looking into the future, my message to conservatives, or pretty much anyone where you have somebody disagreeing with your viewpoint, attacking you on the street, immediately pull out your phone, pull out a camera, anything that you can, and start filming. If you're not able to film, try to run away. Get away from the situation. Don't have any involvement. I know that kind of sounds cowardly, but you don't want to do that. You don't want to have involvement with somebody right away. If you can't do that, I would say self-defense is the third thing that you would have to resolve to. There's nothing else at that point. If you can't get away, if you can't try to resolve the issue, then you're going to have to protect yourself. On that note, I'm going to head out, but go check out some of my other videos. There's a lot going on there. I'm going to have another video coming very shortly, so I'll check you next time.